This is a video from Puri Photography. Today's video is going to be about sharpening. Alright, let's get started. We're first of all going to duplicate this layer here. We'll just drag the layer to the new layer icon to duplicate it, and then once we do that, we're going to go to the adjustment panel, select levels, drag the the white slider to the left just around that point, drag the black slider to the right just around that point to increase the contrast in the image. Alright, once we finish doing that, we're going to flatten the image. But before we do that, let's look at the before and after. So that is the before and after. You can see straight away the image is now more pleasing to the eyes. Okay, we'll now flatten this layer by using our keyboard shortcut Shift Alt Control A. That puts a new flattened layer on top of whatever we've just done. Now the next step is to apply the sharpening. In doing that, we'll be going to Filter, Sharpen, and Sharpen Mask. Okay, now we're gonna leave this as it is. 112% with a radius of 5.9 and a threshold of 3. We're just gonna leave it as it is. I'll drag it to, for the sake of this lesson, I'll just drag it to say about 500%, so you see the effect it gives you. But we'll just bring it back to 112%, which is my preferred. Click OK to accept that. Once we finish, we'll look at the before and then the after. We apply some more we'll apply some more sharpening to this image. But before we do that, let's flatten this layer. So we'll flatten the layer by using the keyboard shortcut Shift Alt Control A. That flattens the layer and puts a new flattened layer on top of it. Now we'll go to the filter tab again, select other, high pass. Now we'll start from 0.1. now there is nothing, we can see anything. What we're going to do is to drag the radius slider to the point whereby we can start seeing some fine details, some details in the picture or in the image. 11.1 is fine for me. Click OK to accept it, but again nothing is happening. The reason being that we're still working on normal. We need to change the blend mode from normal to soft light, and that's a huge transformation. To confirm that, as before and after. Alright, okay, we're almost there, we're almost finished. Now what's happened so far is that the whole thing, the whole picture has been sharpened. That's not what we want. We want the viewer's eyes to be focused in the middle bit of the picture. So what we're going to do to achieve that is to add a layer mask, okay, onto this layer here. Now once we add that, we're going to paint the edges. Make sure your brush is selected, painting with black. We're going to paint the edges just to soften the edges, because that's not what we want to be in focus. We want the middle bit to be in focus, tack sharp. Alright, once we finish doing that, what we're going to do next is to flatten that layer. So Shift Alt Control A, my favorite shortcut. Alright, now once that is finished, we'll apply some vignettes around the sides of the image. In doing that, we'll go to Filter, Lens Correction. Now if you're using CS4 and below, you're not going to see the auto correction tab here. Don't worry about that, we don't really need it. Rather, this is what we need, the custom tab. Go down to vignette and then drag your slider to the left just about that point. I think that is -50, that'll do. Drag your midpoint to increase the effect just around plus 37, that'll do. Click OK to accept it, and that's it. We're done practically. We've finished sharpening the image. But what I normally like to do is to place a border around the image just to give it a different feel. So in doing now, we'll double click on that layer, select stroke, highlight stroke, and then we're going to change the color, because it's not a black border we are after a white border. So select white, pure white, click OK, change your position from outside to inside, and then just start dragging your slider till about 18 pixels here. I mean, you can go to 20, 21 if you want. Click OK. Alright, once we're done, I mean, that's it. But the last thing I want to do, I mean, is to add my signature to the image. So in doing that, I'll go to an action I've written, which is go to actions and then play my action to place the signature on top of my image. Now that's too big, so what I'm going to do is to transform it, make it smaller, and then rotate it to how I like it. Push it just around there, accept it, and that's it. We're done. I mean, within a short period of time, we've taken an image looking like this, you know, to this. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in another video.